All right, we're going to call this meeting to order at 11:34. Where's the agenda? There it is. Call to order, new business. Bond information review.
Okay, so you have this sheet that I sent you, which shows you the differences between the bond bank and the Northway Bank proposals.
Right.
So the interest rate for the bond bank is estimated at 3.249. It's only an estimate because their rate gets set when they sell, because they'll be choosing among the different ones. But that rate is conservative. That's the highest they think they will get.
And that is the only one that will give us a 20-year.
And they are the only ones that will give us 20 years. Northway will give us 15 at 3.5%. The difference year to year is only a couple of $1,000s. The total interest difference over the life of the bond bank loan is $57,806 in additional interest for those additional 5 years. So what I did, just to show you, was I shortened up some of the smaller loans, but before we had none of these were negative. Now, if we start shortening up the loans, you can see that there's 6 years here that we exceed the 2.75%
of the
of the tax rate.
By how much?
Well, by anywhere from $81,000 down to $14,000.
Okay, so it does.
So it does impact.
By going 15 years on our
When we start shortening them.
Right.
Yes. And also, this one is $81,000 because there was a $100,000 bond issue that we had in the plan.
Yeah.
Moving that to cash made that the 81,000 negative.
So it would actually be more.
So it would be 12,000 positive if I had left that as a bonded item. But I was trying to show that our projections for using this 20-year note, even though it's a more expensive in the
it keeps
total,
us in line.
it keeps us in line with the tax rate impact. And so it depends on, that's me.
Oh, okay.
It's going on. So it
That's
becomes
so far out too.
Yeah,
Well,
It's hard to.
But I also believe that by keeping ourselves in the 20-year loop and staying with the CIP plan, that we are doing what we've said we would do, first of all. And secondly, we would be able to have the people pay these notes for while the items are being used and in process.
Right. I agree.
Right.
And so I would recommend going with the bond bank, even though it is more expensive.
Margaret, any thoughts?
Go with the bond bank.
Rich?
Same.
All right, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Is it
Second.
seconded? All in favor?
Aye.
Done. All right.
We're easy today.
Oh, don't-
It's early yet.
It's early.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
All
is.
right.
Okay, so then the next thing in your packet was the request from Monique that she submitted to the school district. They have never paid election officials. We have been paying election officials the stipend. We upped the stipend in 2017 from $250 to $300 for the year.
What does
And then-
1.5 hours translate to?
We don't have an hour.
We don't
So
have an
it's
hour.
not,
Yeah.
that's
The yearly
that's the thing,
Yeah.
it's that
Did
yearly
we
stipend.
always pay for the school election official?
They've never paid for it.
But have we?
No, we've just paid the
Valid.
stipend, that's,
Yeah,
we've just paid the stipend to the
All right.
election officials.
if we
We
send,
didn't specify, it
We
was
didn't
to
say, we
be,
said this is your annual
this is
stipend.
your annual stipend.
if we sent somebody out to say a seminar for the day,
Mhm.
we would give them gas money, correct?
Sure, we give them gas money and we
and
pay for the
Lunch or something.
lunch and for the
Any
event.
fees.
Yeah.
Any fees.
So what would you think that would come to, in a number?
If it's somebody like Primex or NHMA doing it, probably $40, $50.
Does that make sense?
Well,
Or does that set a bad precedent?
Well, what about the other people who
Did
have all
they-
gotten
did-
their stipends?
But did she,
Well, no,
was she
she-
the only one who went to this?
no,
So everybody else,
the moderator was there and there had to be at least one other, so I don't know who
The
ended up
supervisor.
going there, but the moderator was there. You were
Okay.
there as
did you go
town
to?
clerk, did you go?
Which one was this?
The school district meeting on Monday night?
No, I did not go.
Okay, so there were probably two supervisors
Right.
and the moderator. Because they didn't have any ballot voting or anything.
But we have how many people that were giving the stipend of $150?
We've got 3 supervisors, the moderator, and the town clerk, and you guys get a separate.
And they all get
separate.
$150?
But no, they all get $300 a year.
And that was just recently,
That was
Just
increased
recently
last year.
increased.
okay, then I would say this is covered. Because
Yes.
if the moderator did not apply and the other supervisor in the checklist,
It's all covered in
Yeah.
the stipend.
that's why we raised the stipend to $300,
Okay,
all right?
but the school district can do whatever they want to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But, okay,
Okay.
covered by the stipend.
Has anybody ever applied before like this?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Approve the MS 232.
Yes, this is a form where we report back to the state the appropriations that were actually,
What we actually spent.
what we actually appropriate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't we do that at the last meeting?
No, you did not.
What did we sign at the last meeting?
The
You,
budget thing going forward? A couple meetings ago, we signed something that was going to the state.
Yeah, and it was similar to
it wasn't
this.
the 232.
It wasn't a 232, it was some other number.
Could be a 434 with a backflip. All right,
And
does
from the-
anyone have a problem signing this?
No.
Okay. All right, so let's go to the Corcoran Pond Dam update. We'll take the sign permit as our last
Okay,
issue and take that sign permit into non-public,
okay.
all right?
So we have an email from April Smith requesting that the stairway that's gotta be replaced because we're removing the existing stairs. They're requesting that the stairs be cantilevered out of the new toe wall and be installed from building corner to corner. And then that the staircase be covered with a gable roof that matches the other architecture in town square.
It's not
That's
covered-
gonna cost a
It's not
lot of
covered
money.
now, is it?
No, it isn't.
But it's not attached to the building.
And that's correct.
Yeah.
But that's gonna cost a lot of money compared to what we were planning to build, which would be a simple wooden
Right.
staircase hung off the building.
So what are they talking, are they talking about a poured concrete staircase coming off the building, or?
No, remember they mentioned the toe wall, they're actually building a small wall there on the bottom corner, off of the bottom corner of the building. It would involve increasing the size of that and then building the stairs off of that toe wall, not attached to the building. It would be attached to the toe
All right,
wall.
I'm kinda lost.
I am too.
Yeah.
I don't know what the toe
Could-
wall is.
Could we,
There's a corner.
let's draw this.
Wanna draw
Can
it?
we, please, I just,
We have, the dam, and then and this would be where the water goes over, okay? and then the building comes up, and it kinda comes down like this, and over like this, and then down, then it takes another jut, and then it goes around
Is
back.
that where the plaza for Legends is?
Yeah, down in
here?
here, yeah. Well, they're gonna, what they propose to do is put in a concrete wall right here.
Yeah.
In order to attach the blocks,
Okay,
okay? Instead of having to go all the way in and attach to the
Foundation.
Gotcha.
foundation that exists here now, they're just gonna run like basically a cross wall.
our foundation.
Yeah.
And how tall is that?
I don't know, but I would suspect that it'd be on the order of, it'd be down below
Down
ground. But it'd probably be on the order of at least 4 feet tall with a
Yeah.
footing, so make it 5 feet.
Yeah.
And if you're going to attach a staircase here, you're going to have to put in a larger footing underneath this wall.
Right,
And you're going to have to beef this wall up in order to be able to carry the whole entire structure.
right, gotcha.
With a roof and everything else. So-
Probably about 7 or 8 feet
Well, where
Yeah.
was the stairway gonna be attached if we did it?
I think
along the wall, along the building.
along the building. We're going something like that.
So we go over the toe wall.
Yeah.
And where's the stairway now? It
The
comes straight.
stairway's
it
on the
comes
side.
Stairway's
down.
out,
Straight down
Yeah.
here right now.
yeah.
Why can't we replace the stairway where it is?
It, because of the angles create, a problem with the flow, that needs to be a smooth
Transition.
transition.
So it has to be attached to the building.
It has to be
That's in our-
attached to the building,
That's in our engineering and our plans
Yes.
now.
yes.
A thought would be, and so all they're really asking is for a roof on this, other than what our plan was, correct?
No, they're asking for it to be taken out away from the building and attached to the,
Attached down here.
attached to the toe wall. And that will be,
Yeah.
we'll have to increase the size and scope of the toe wall.
Oh,
in
I
addition to-
understand that, but would that be a trade-off for having less stairs? Because I think you've got a straight line here versus two angles.
No, it's not.
Yes.
It's gonna be a lot more concrete work.
Right, and you have to remember, I'm not envisioning, I don't know what they really want, but I'm not envisioning that it's going to be on the scale
Yeah.
of the entrance into town hall. Now, you know, the new roofs that they put up there, they're gonna be similar to that, so it's a substantial structure above just the stairs.
The gable roof over that
I'm
is-
sorry, I'm coming in late on this,
Yeah.
but, who actually owns the staircase as it exists now?
As it exists now, I don't know, it is part of the dam,
And we
so
own the dam?
we own the dam.
So we can even decide not to put a staircase there if we wanted to.
Correct.
We-
Yeah,
it's
what we
completely
had
our
offered
decision.
We
was
offered
either
to-
no staircase or we'll attach a staircase to
The
the
building,
building.
Hmm.
And what they've come back and said, no, we don't want a staircase attached to the building, we want this
Alright.
other thing with the
Okay.
gabled roof over it.
The other thing would be is I'm not even sure that, well, I'm not even sure that DES would approve of that.
of what, of attaching it to the toe wall and everything? Yes, you're right.
All right, well, I think at this stage, what we might wanna say to them, and I hope I'm not speaking for, is that we will look into this. We will get some additional cost things, and if you'd like to contribute to the cost for these changes, we'd like.
And if we can get DES to approve it.
And if we can get
'cause
DES
they
to
may
approve
not.
it, we'll go forward, is that?
I would say we'll cover the cost, not contribute to the cost.
Yeah.
And we gave them 2 options, they want option 3, so if they cover the cost of option 3 and it can be approved by the proper authorities, then we're willing to consider it.
Okay,
Is that,
works for me, works for you, Margaret?
Yeah.
Okay, good,
All right.
all right. So,
Now, also on the meetings, I think that this also goes to Matt Hesser's phone call regarding the weddings, and again, saying, you know, we want guarantees that you're not going to impact weddings. You know, all I told him was, we don't know what the timeline is.
Yeah.
And we will do everything that we can to make the timeline work, but it's gonna, it could be different.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He said, well, that's not really good enough, to guarantee us that, that you're not gonna have an impact on these weddings.
I'm sorry, and under
And I'm
what
like,
right do we have to guarantee anybody anything?
well, like,
Especially when we're under a court order with a $2,000 a day fine.
I understand that. I said that we will do everything
Yeah.
to be as cooperative as we can, but there are gonna be other considerations besides just the weddings.
Do we know from DES whether we can split it yet?
No.
I tell him we're working on it, that above his considerations, the whole town's consideration, we don't wanna disrupt the summer or any time where we're using the waterfronts. We are a stakeholder in the waterfront.
Mhm.
We are a stakeholder in providing, you know, a good experience for all our owners and guests.
Mhm.
That we will do the best we can once we know what we can do. We just don't know now.
Right.
And there's no way we can guarantee anything.
And,
Yeah, because, you know, we can't even guarantee that DES will allow
Yeah.
us to do it in 2 phases,
Yeah,
Right.
which will then be a big impact.
I think we can guarantee it isn't gonna go according to the plan.
yeah, there will be changes.
There will be
If they,
changes.
if they say it can't be done in 2 phases, then the thing to do is to notify whoever is doing weddings.
Yeah.
You're gonna be impacted all of
Yeah.
next year, you
and,
know?
you know, we don't wanna disrupt anybody's opportunity to make
Right.
a living here and to
Absolutely.
further the town and make us a better place to look at. But we are under this order, which we have fought for 5 years to not be under this
That's
order.
Yeah.
So I just wanna have that on the record from the Board of Selectmen,
I
that,
concur completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have done everything you can.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so I will communicate that back to you.
Yeah. all right. So, can we get a motion to go into non-public session? Or do we have anything?
Hold on just a second, let me just look here.
Brooke, did you just come by to visit?
Uh,
Has before what's going on.
You
yeah,
can
okay.
stay for
that's
the
gonna be-
non-public.
Culvert?
Yes, the culvert, I have 2 other things. The culvert at the athletic center is, they are doing a paving project and redoing their whole parking lot. Probably, well, as soon as they can in May.
Yeah.
Weather dependent. Jim went out and measured from the center line to the existing culvert is 70 or 35 feet. Our right-of-way in total is 75 feet. So that, we own that culvert, because we own 37.5 feet from the center line. So, he's gonna price a culvert, and as soon as we can inspect it, we, may be replacing that culvert, but I just wanted to let you know.
What kind of cost is that? What's a culvert run these days?
I can't imagine that it'd be much more than $2,500.
Yeah, okay.
And the beauty is that Lee Johnson is doing the work for the
Yeah.
athletic center,
Okay,
and we can get him to do that and just bill us separately.
sounds fine to me.
Yeah, I just wanted to make you guys aware in case they said something to you about the town buying it in culvert for them,
Okay,
that we're doing that. And then the second thing is, we had an inspection of the sprinkler system at the arena today. There are heads that have to be replaced and some other material. We don't know exactly what the other material is, but there will be some expenses
and that's capital.
to
because
repair,
we've got
that's
long-term,
capital.
yeah, that's-
And then they also, I believe we talked about the dehumidifier wheel. Last year, they were supposed to do it, they did not do it. So they need to do that this year, and that's also a capital item. The dehumidifier wheel's probably around 18 to 19,000. And the sprinkler system, we have no idea
I believe it'll be less than that.
than that. Good, so
But
we
currently
have,
it's not online. so-
we have, about 80,000 left in the capital reserve. So we do have money to cover these costs.
Right.
But we need to, we'll put a note in the 19 budget, but we will have to appropriate some money to put back into that account.
Yeah.
Going forward. All right, those are all of my,
Excellent.
do you
Alright.
guys have anything for public before we go into non-public?
No, let's, at 11:52, is there a motion to go into non-public?
I move.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll go into non-public. You can stay.
Oh, no, you guys can stay
can
if
stay.
you want, hold on.